Hey, I'm Garth. I'm going to take you through a few tutorials for Nohwere-Else and beyond. This is targeted specifically for the newer players that have trouble finding help. The most obvious way to find help, well, to me at least, because this is what I used when I started, was over here in the main castle here, the Shrine of the Verity, which is the game Frequently Asked Questions. It has answers to quite a few questions, including one that's asked quite a bit, which is not surprising, which is, let's see if I can find it here, number 27. How do I make money? Has the answer right there. Of course, it's not perfect, and it does get updated, I guess, fairly frequently now. I'm not sure how often they update it anymore, but it does have the answer to a lot of questions that newer players have. Next up is the help pages, which you can find over here by clicking on this help link, or by clicking on the help link up here in this menu. And I'll just wait for that to load before I go anywhere. This is the Nohwere-Else and Beyond help page. Now anyone can edit this, and it's kept fairly recent, so you shouldn't find outdated information too much. Now and again you'll find something. Now down here you can see there's quite a few different topics here, including one that a lot of people have asked about, which is information on classes. This gives a list of the two different types of classes, fighter and mage, and then a list of the different classes within those types. For instance, the fighter has the Vandal, the Cavalier, the Marauder, the Rogue. The mage has the different schools, like Fire, Ice, Earth, Air, and Vampire. It also has information on changing classes. I highly recommend you at least read over a fair amount of the help pages if you're stuck on something, because I would say about 60% of the time the answer to your question will be in here, unless it's related to a specific quest. Now, the final way you can get help is using chat. Now, this is a location chat. It's for a generic location, like this castle. It's a generic location, and you'll notice that only the people that are in this location are listed here. So you can chat with them, and you can also request help. Now, this will bring up the main chat window. I don't recommend using this because it has red flashing text that can be very annoying, and a lot of players have a tendency to close the window once they're done asking a question, which isn't a good idea, because then you have all the pop in and pop out messages. It gets really annoying. It floods chat, and you could even get in trouble for doing it quite a bit. Instead, you can access the same chat with the same players in it by just clicking on your menu over here on the chat window link, or up at the top here by clicking that chat window link, and that will bring up a window that looks something like this, much smaller, so you'll be able to see everything. This is the list of players currently in this chat, and this is what they're saying. Now, you notice that some people have a green name and blue text, and if you look over in the list of players, you'll notice that they also have wings. Now, people with normal wings are player helpers, and they're there to help any players that have any questions, and they are more than willing to help. In fact, they're almost required to help players. The people with the golden wings or the yellow wings, they also help players, and they also have the blue text and green name, but they're the administrators, and they're usually too busy working on the game to help players too much, but they will help you if you really need help, and they're around. So you can just go and ask a question, just as long as it follows the rules, and as long as you're not asking for a spoiler. And a spoiler is giving the answer to a quest or an important part of the game. They won't do that. They will never give you a spoiler. They will give you hints. And the hints are usually pretty useful, and sometimes even a borderline spoiler. They can give you a lot of information. Uh, just they're usually hidden within a phrase or something. Um, and that's pretty much it. These players are always willing to help. Even some of the players that aren't player helpers are more than willing to help you. I, for one, am more than willing to help any new players, and I do it a lot, actually. That's all I have for today. Hopefully I'll be able to get a new installment in on some more commonly asked questions for Nohwere-Else and Beyond later. And maybe I'll even put together something on making an island. Another very commonly asked topic for newer players.